Hello, Tara Rapp for Exercise and Physiology. I am doing my week 4 journal. Today I'm going to be doing a personalized case study on myself. I'm going to look at how my body physiologically functions during rest and immediately following exercise. First, we will analyze the cardiovascular, respiratory, and neuromuscular responses at rest. I will complete 3 minutes of jogging in place and push-ups until failure. And then I will measure my heart rate and respiration rate for about 15 seconds. And then finally, we will take a look at the long-term chronic adaptations that take place from long-term exercise. All right, to get started, at rest, I measured my heart rate to be about 60 beats per minute. And McCardle Catch and Catch states that an untrained heart beats about 60 beats per minute, whereas a trained heart beats 50 beats per minute. This would be a chronic adaptation number 1 for long-term exercise. I measured my respiration rate to be about 16 beats per minute, which McCardle Catch and Catch states that it averages to be about 15 breaths per minute. As a whole, I think I have room for improvement on this one. I know I tend to be a shallow breather, so that's, room for improvement. For a healthy young person after exertion, it is between 35 to 45 breaths per minute versus 60 to 70 for athletes. This would be a chronic adaptation for long-term exercise for respiration. The only way I could figure out a more specific way to measure neuromuscular changes was via the eyes and, of course, the muscle tissue. The parasympathetic nervous system is in effect during rest, which is demonstrated through constriction of the pupils. And at that point in time, my pupils were smaller at rest. Also, my muscles were fairly loose and not contracted. So after the activity, my respiration was about 45 breaths per minute, which lines up with what the text had stated for a healthy young adult. My beats per minute was about 120 beats. McCardle Catch and Catch states that for a normal healthy adult it is about a maximum of 195 beats per minute, with the stroke volume of about 22 liters per minute, whereas an athlete generates more 35 liters but has a lower maximum heart rate. My pupils at the time were dilated and my muscles were fairly contracted or hypertonic. So for long-term effects of long-term exercise, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, here is some changes that one can experience. So cardiovascular. Cardio output is increased by up to 30% or more. Hypertrophy of cardiac muscle fibers, which leads to greater force exerted with each beat of the heart, which would explain why the athlete was able to pump more blood per minute than a healthy, normal adult. And then blood pressure at rest is decreased, even more so for individuals who are hypertensive. So there's a benefit for people with high blood pressure to be exercising chronically. And then respiration, increase in pulmonary ventilation, increase in tidal volume, respiration rate, and pulmonary diffusion. There's also an increase in pulmonary blood flow. Neuromuscular, and I decided to be more specific and look at the nervous system more in general, and then I wanted to be even more specific and look at the central nervous system and more specifically at the brain. Molecular and neuronal adaptations in the brainstem. There was also changes in the hypothalamus and basal ganglia. And then they also found that there was changes in the sleep-wake cycle of the circadian clock. They specifically stated scheduled exercise can contribute to in training circadian behavior. And this was according to Morgan Corrigan and Bain. Anyway, a reduced activation of serotonergic neurons, which leads to reduced stress response. So that was what I had found, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Bye.